Libra, hi, this is your March 2025 reading and what to expect. So in March, I feel like there's a feeling of wholeness, of accomplishment with the World card. Like you haven't felt this good since you were 21 years old. And whatever this was, you had to fight for it. You know, whatever this accomplishment, this cycle you've ended, I feel like because of the choices that you've made, whether it's better eating, you know, wellness choices, you've upgraded in some ways that allowed you to step into a brand new cycle. Even if you don't know where you're going, I feel like you're still holding space for certain people to join you on this new journey. But at the same time, if it's something that you've conflicted about, I think in March, Libra, the universe is going to make you look at the underlying disappointments and really truly work on the pain that like whatever you've endured. You may have, some of you may have started creating content. Some of you started manifesting something that, like I said, got you to this level of of harmony and integration in your life. You've there's fulfillment there. There's an energy of beating out the competition. And whatever this is, like you may not see yourself. Yes, you've started this new cycle. I feel like your ego still distrusts um the the way to be able to create something out of this, because Nine of Pentacles in reverse and Star in reverse are cards that I'd like to see in the upright for you. So in the reverse, that shows me some fears of being alone. And in order for you to get the inspired downloads, sometimes you got to sit with spirit. Sometimes you got to sit with the in a peaceful, dwell in that peaceful state, so that way you stop denying yourself the opportunities and to be able to create financial abundance, financial freedom. So whatever this is, whatever you're going through, you can create abundance from it. You can flourish and own your time, if you start planting the seeds and not lose hope in, oh, I want to always do that or be that or express that in the world. But there's something with nourishing yourself. You have a love and hate relationship with food and your body. There's something there in March that that spirit's gonna bring to your attention. And I think like there's no moderation. I'm seeing a lack of boundary between overindulgence and underutilized. So you got to get your balance there. There's something with your vitality that you're going to look at with these two in reverse. And you know, make sure spirit's reminding me to remind you to make sure you're listening to high frequency music, uplifting melodies and rhythms, you know, because it's affecting your frequency, your vibration. Music can calm. You know, I like to listen to 432 hertz, especially Mozart, the classical music. Like I was always drawn to this in high school, and I stopped listening to it because, you know, you go through mainstream music. But I feel like in peace and music that's calming, even nature sounds like that, like things like that, or sitting in actual nature and listening and allowing, I think will allow you to tune into your spirit guides, your galactic guides, your ascended masters. There's layers upon layers in the upper realms. So there's going to be some divine guidance coming through, and you're going to start to see signs and synchronicities that that are going to help you overcome these doubts. So, you know, sitting in that loneliness can seem negative at first, and you don't dwell in that too much. There's a feeling of losing hope that I think that you're going to realize and overcome the self-sabotaging and the self-deceit, and you're going to make better choices, wiser choices in what you put out there, in your thoughts, feelings, your energy, right? Like words, thoughts, create your reality. Whatever you're thinking right now is creating that reality in the future. So there's a renewal happening. There's a fresh start that I sense is on the horizon, where you're healing after a crisis, and you're healing your sacral chakra, getting that balance back. But you're here to work on focusing on the desires of your heart and self-love and unconditional love. I'm not talking just the physical part, the 3D part of you. I'm talking the higher self. I'm talking about your spirit, your soul, nourishing what your soul needs, whether that's comforting foods, healthier foods, clean eating, a clean environment, clean your space up. I feel like, having, feng shui, look into that, organize your space, because it reflects, your environment does reflect what your mind is internalizing on the external there. So little steps into self-love, and maybe working on your spiritual. Come book a session, Libra. I feel like you have a lot of abilities and premonitions and through dreams. Like, spirit is very strong in your dreams, but you could have some blocks there that doesn't allow you to allow the telepathic transmissions coming from the 5D into your reality. So I think as you continue to release and purge, and you surrender these emotional blocks, as they clear away and you walk away from the past, I think like forgiving yourself allows you to let go of the resentment. You can't carry that resentment into your new cycle. You can't, because you're just going to repeat the cycle with whether it's romantic relationships, friendships, whatever this is. But I think like, yes, you're doing well in the 3D. For some of you, there's a lot of promotions and a raise, a successful venture that is starting to bring in some abundance for you. You got the abundance card here. And I think moving forward for the rest of the year, you're going to be activating your higher self. You're doing some integration. You're going through an awakening. There's going to be a timeline shift for you that you're going to start to sense happening on a deeper level in March, Libra. It's exciting. Whatever this is like you're breaking the next level. You're breaking the glass ceilings to go to next levels. You may struggle a little bit with trying to balance and juggle and find stability in your emotions when you have to make stressful choices. That's you're good at this, Libra. You're the balance. You're the justice scales of balance. Like, you find flow in the chaos, right? But sometimes there could be an addiction to drama or chaos. Like, you actually might worry that my life will be boring if it's too still or if it's too peaceful. Like, it's a complete opposite. It's really magical when you start to sit with that loneliness a little bit more. And I think some of you can use some intuitive development. Some of you realize that things aren't what they appear, especially if this is romance and love. Like, there could be a relationship that you call in March. You're drawn to this specific person. Don't go all in, because they come up as a page. I love pages, but I also feel they're very immature emotionally. But they get unmotivated pretty quickly. They get bored quickly, and that's, in the long run, you're more of a positive person, and this person can have a lot of depression in them, and you're gonna, I don't know, there's a pattern there for some of you, Libra, that you tend to attract wounded men or wounded women and feel drawn to them, and they feel drawn to you because of your light and the healing that you've done on yourself. So I think in March, just focusing on changing your vibration to a higher level, developing patience and forgiveness for yourself, and practicing and disciplining your thoughts through some sort of holistic practice, spiritual practices. Book a session with me. I can share with you some empowering tools that could support you on this journey, because there's something you're meant to do with the 6 of Cups here, that you've always known you were here to do. the one of your strongest gifts is the gift of empathy, and you're a natural nurturer. You love giving to people. It just, there's something joyful and playful and carefree in you that wants to come out, and this inner child, and how, you saw your mom nurturing the family and nurturing you, like that, wanting to be a mother, step into that feminine energy. But then your mind, in the past used to sabotage the, like, oh, I can't do that, like, or I can't go into that relationship, I'll just be manipulated. Like, no, those things you're gonna start to take control of those the self-sabotaging thoughts, and you're gonna get your mood swings under control, Libra. It's beautiful. And for some of you, no, this is not your twin flame. This next partnership, this love interest or crush that you may have, no, I don't feel that this is a long-term thing. I think this person is here to teach you something about yourself, to help you balance your yin and yang energy. So you're gonna, it's a new cycle in terms of maybe creating ventures and creating and traveling with this person, but at the same, and there's success around it. But I feel it's, let go of any expectations, because there's a lot of depression and negativity in this person that could can't, like, that energy just cancels the plans because of this person's instability in their moods and their pessimism, right? There's something there that it's going to teach. I think it's, this person's here to teach you about boundaries, healthier boundaries, Libra, in March. Let's pull you an advice card. Some letters that came through that people you could be dealing with or thinking about, getting the letter B for Brian, B for Betty, the letter O, they could have an O for Oscar, G for Glenn, G for George, G for Georgina, G for Glenda, I'm getting, and the letter X could be an initial, or it could be Xavier, or Zana. I'm getting the name Zana as well. What advice do you have for Libra? Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is good, what is of the highest good, right? So basically, that wraps up everything that came through your reading, that it's about raising your vibration and going to a higher level, next level of patience and compassion, and setting higher intentions for yourself, like for the highest good of all that's involved, right? Like, it's remaining faithful to what you believe and love, and you're going to witness your effects in this world as a true humanitarian. You come and get a life path reading. I feel like I can support you with that as you start to unravel some of your spiritual and creative gifts, Libra.